Hello everybody. So today I would like to show off some neat redstone trickery that it's a system that I came up with that allows you to very efficiently send information. So I got this idea from a recent Etho's lab video where in it he shows or he basically says that you could send information along a single redstone line and it could access something anywhere in your world. Now he was using this for nether minecarts. However, I've come up with a system that is much more complex, but it is, I think, much improved, and really is infinitely expandable and has almost infinite possibilities. So, very simply, if we press this button, you'll notice that the lights along the right-hand side will turn off. If we press it again, the lights along the right-hand side will turn on. And then another thing we can do is, if we say flip that lever up and flip that lever up, press this button, you'll notice that two of the dispensers shoot out water. Similarly, if we flip up this last lever and flip down those two, the one on the outside will toggle its state, and now it will be shooting out water. And if we flip up the two that we just flipped down, now all of them will toggle their state, and all of them will be shooting nothing, will not be shooting water. And then one last thing that this little setup can do is we have this item hopper right here, and inside is a bunch of doors, and we can just in each one of these doors represents a light along the top hand, or represents 3 lights along the top row of lights. If we press this button with one door in the hopper, you'll notice that the rightmost 3 lights turn on, and then after around 15 seconds the lights will turn off. And I mean, that could be configured, but that's pretty simple redstone. But for example, if we put in 4 doors, then all of the lights except 3 will turn on, and I'm just using doors because they're a non-stackable item. So this uses some pretty complex redstone, but the nice thing about it is it's really infinitely expandable. So this is half the redstone, basically. This is the transmitting half. And then over here you have the receiving/decoding half. But the really important thing about this system, and the thing that makes this system cool, is that between the two, there is only one line of redstone that they use to communicate. This makes it really easy to wire redstone throughout your world, and to communicate to different parts of your world and send information to different bases and stuff, without having to dig hundreds of redstone channels for each one. You can route a single redstone line between all your bases, and using two-way repeaters, you can do that pretty easily. So the way that this system works, I'm not going to go over actual redstone, but I'm going to go over some of the theory of this. I'll show off the actual redstone mechanisms in another video, probably releasing tomorrow or today. But the way that this works is there is a brief header. So when you press a button, that sends out a header. The header is just an on pulse, but it kind of is like the address of what this set of pulses is going to message. So a 2-tick header would represent the lights on the right-hand side, a 3-tick header would represent the dispensers with water in them, and a 4-tick header represents the lights along the top. And then, after the header, there'll be a brief time with no pulse. And then there'll be on pulses and off pulses, and this will represent the actual information. So, say we want to toggle the water, we want to toggle all 3. So what we would do is we would send a 3-tick header, then we would send a 2-tick pulse, then a 3-tick pulse, and then a 4-tick pulse. And what this would say is, alright, a 3-tick header, that means I'm addressing the water. 2 ticks, toggle the first dispenser. 3 ticks, toggle the second one. And 4 ticks, toggle the third one. I think in actuality it's 2 ticks, 4 ticks, 6 ticks, but the theory is the exact same. Now this is one way that you can send a message. Something much simpler is that you can just send a header. This is how the lights work. It's just a brief 2-tick pulse. Or the other option is you could send something where the length of the pulse actually means something. So with that, a 2-tick pulse represents something and a 3-tick pulse represents something. Whereas with the lights, the length of the pulse represents a number. So if we say send out a 4-tick header and then 3 ticks, that tells us to turn on 1 light. 6 ticks means to turn on 2 banks of lights, so 6 lights total. And then 9 lights, 12 lights, and 15 lights. And this is something that could actually be used to transfer information about really any number, be it 5 or 500. But the problem with this is it's kind of time consuming if you want to transfer large numbers. But for something like this, where you're only transmitting information up to 5 is the largest number that can pass through the system, it's really efficient. So that's all for the theory, and then I'll talk about actual redstone in the next video.